Hello and welcome to or back to my channel. I apologize for the noise in the background, but as you can see, I am indeed outside, so there's not much I can do about that. But for this week's video, I am going to do one on me just reading books only from my local library for a week. Just to show you guys, you can get some amazing books from your local library, and you should, because even if you check something out, a DVD, a CD, a book, a game, a sewing machine, that helps them stay open because they mark all the things that are getting checked out from them. So if you can do that to support your local library and keep them open, that would be amazing. Now, I'm not looking for anything specific here. I'm just gonna look out for books that I've seen or books that I've been wanting to read, even books that I own that I want to read, because almost all of my books are currently packed away in my grandma's basement because I am moving soon. So I don't have really any books on me. So I'm gonna go there and see what catches my eye. I'm gonna check out a few books, and those are going to be the books that I am going to read this week. Okay, so I'm back at the young adult section. So we'll see if I find anything that pulls me in here. Hi, so I am back from the library, as you guys can tell, and I'm going to go ahead and go through the books that I got. So I ended up getting 4. I got 4 kind of very different ones, which is cool because, I just grabbed ones that I read and I thought looked pretty and that I thought seemed really interesting, and that, that I would be able to read and, enjoy it and not, force myself. Okay, so maybe I'll go in order in ways I picked them up. So the first book, this one I picked up from the YA section. It's called Gentlest of Wild Things. And here it is right here. So this book is actually a retelling of a Greek mythology type of thing, I think, in a way. It's about these 2 sisters. They're twins, and I'm a twin, so that piqued my interest extra. Her name is Irene, and the other girl's name is Phoebe. There's, quests they have to go on. What are those called? Trials. There's 4 trials they have to get through to be able to have someone else marry this guy. The back is really cool and has cheetahs on the back, and I love cheetah. So that is the first book that I found. This one's called My Killer Vacation, and it looks really cool, and it has a little beachy stuff on the back, and I am moving to the beach, so I thought it would be cool to read a beach book. Plus it's summer, and that's a cool time to read beach books. And this one seems nice and short. It's just under 300 pages. So it's about this girl. It's about this girl. She goes to Cape Cod with her brother on vacation, but then they find a dead body at their vacation house that they're staying at or something like that. And then a bounty hunter comes and tries to figure out who killed the person, and she tries to help them, and he's like, no, you can't help me, you're an amateur, I'm professional. But she's like, I'm literally can help, I'm not an idiot. The third book I got, it's new, it has the new sticker on it. I picked it up because the spine looked really pretty, and I was like, that's so pretty, I'm gonna look at that. So it is called A Magnificently Ordinary Romance, and here it is. I'm not sure if it's all one big story or a lot of different ones in one, I took a poetry class my last semester too. I know nothing about it, and I know nothing about the author, but it seems really pretty, and I loved all of the details with the illustrations inside of it. And again, like I was saying before, I just took a poetry class, and I'm excited to read this next. And this is the final book that I got from the library. It is called Before She Finds Me. It's by Heather Chavez, and it's a thriller. So we have a decent variety. We have like a romance thriller, a young adult adventure book. I don't know what you would call that, a retelling. Oh, that would just be called like a, I don't know, I guess like Percy Jackson vibes. And then we got a poetry book, and now we have a regular thriller book. I don't know too much about any of these or any of these authors. Yeah, I've said who this was by. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. This book is by Tessa Bailey. And this book is by Sarah Underwood. Okay, so now we have the authors completely done. We can continue on. She was an assassin, and her husband is an assassin. I think they're still presently assassins. So they're both assassins, but they're divorced. And she was dropping her kid off at college, and something happened. Like there was an attack, and they all think it was a random attack, and so she's suspicious. She's like, I don't think it was a random attack. She, she's looking into this random attack, and Nolan, her ex, she's thinking maybe he had something to do with it, but he didn't tell her. But they had like a deal where they would tell each other if it would like affect their daughter or something like that. I might be doing that wrong, but you guys will see me reading it, and you guys can discover what it actually is if I got any of that wrong. Okay, it's a few minutes later, and I am back. I just wanted to go visit my cat real quick inside, and not to choose a book. And I honestly don't know which one I want to read because they all seem very interesting to me. I don't think I'm going to start this one yet because I kind of want to read this one like inside at night. I might actually ask my book group chat or something and see if anyone gets back to me. I might text a couple people and see who texts me back first on which one to read, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, off of vibes, I think I might just start reading My Killer Vacation. I feel like that might be calling to me the most. Either that or Gentlest of Wild Things. I don't know, but I'm gonna start the My Killer Vacation because like I'm outside and they're on vacation and like they're outside, beach hat, sunglasses, seashells. Yep. Okay, so I'm on the third chapter of My Killer Vacation, and it's really good so far. I love like the wittiness, I guess you would say, of the main character, Taylor. It's from her point of view so far. I know the point of views are going to change because every chapter still says Taylor, so I wonder when we'll get a different point of view, but it's really cool. So like they found the dead body in the house already, and it ended up being the guy who owns it. But his sister helps out with the houses, so she gave them keys to a different house that her brother owned to stay in. But she's already like sleuthing around, and I love it. It's really cute. There's been lots of like mentions to like Dateline and crime and murder and crime, like podcast TV shows. I don't know, and it's just really funny, and it's good. It's like a comedic horror romance book, I guess. I don't know. It's really interesting. I'm liking it so far. So right now they're heading to the other beach house, and she actually took the guest book from the first house that she was at because she wants to investigate and try to figure out why their brother was murdered. Good morning, America. It is the morning. I just made some iced green tea, and I'm going to read more of My Killer Vacation. I am on page 80, and it's going really good so far. There's been some developments. Apologies for the birds. There's been some developments, and now we're trying to figure out who actually killed the guy who owned the house. And we found out that he was not the guy who was doing the weird stuff. We think someone else was doing the weird stuff, and we're trying to find out who, and like why they were doing that to him, and why they were threatening him, and why he got murdered. So that is what is going on right now. hello. It has been a day or two. I finished my Killer Vacation. I'm going to give all of my reviews of the books at the end of the video, by the way. And I am 100 pages in on the Gentlest of Wild Things. So the Gentlest of Wild Things is really good so far. It's like this poor town it's set in with the twins, Phoebe and Irene. Went in place of her twin Phoebe because Phoebe gets like sick and stuff easily. And says to Leandros, I am Phoebe, but obviously he sees that she's not Phoebe. And so he says that if she can complete the 4 tasks he gives her, she can marry him instead of her twin Phoebe. So she just started the first task, and it's actually like really cool because Leandros is like the enemy in this story, the antagonist in the story, because he uses potions called desire to get young women to marry like older men, so like they're creepy and stuff. But he actually this tidbit's a spoiler, but he actually gets the stuff to make the desire potions from his daughter. Like he hurts her and makes her cry, and he uses her tears to make the potions. So he's a very, very, very not good guy. But yeah, it's good so far, and we're getting like into the thick of it now, so I'm excited. I'm gonna try and finish this now. I have about 300-ish pages left, so let's get reading. Alright, so it is later in the day, and I am on page 222. So I read a little over 100 pages, and I just have a little bit left of the book, and I'll probably finish it later tonight. This book is really good. I'm really enjoying it. Irene, sorry, I keep forgetting their names. I'm not looking at the pages. Irene is on her 3rd task. Lamia is still like secretly helping her to complete the tasks to win the marriage with Leandros. So this task is harder. It's following the mythology telling of the tasks. Like first she had to sort a whole bunch of like seeds, grain, lentils, and sand from one another into different piles. She had 3 days to do so, 4 nights, I believe. And then after that, she had to go get this cuprous, I forget what it's called, the special flower. And then she went and got that, and now she has to go shear not a lamb, but an animal that starts with a B. Not a bison, not a bear, a ram. That's not a bee. She has to go. What? She has to go shear a ram and take one of his horns, but it's like a giant, huge ram. So Lamia, I forget her name. Lamia goes with her to try and help her do it. And so they have like they're bringing like herbs and like a secret potion to try and poison it. So they're trying to give it stuff so it will like fall asleep and stuff, so they can shear it and take its horn. So that's what's happening right now. They're in the middle of the 3rd task. Okay, so they completed the 3rd trial, and they ended up getting caught. Well, the dad found out before then that his daughter was helping her, but it turns out that Lamia is actually the monster. I forget what she's called. Empauza. So I'm gonna go for. So it's like a monster with a leg made of brass and like red hair, maybe. I think I know for sure the brass leg part is true. It's right here. Yeah, a brass leg and hair of fire. Yeah, I was right. Hair of fire, leg of brass, a strange unearthly beauty. So that is Lampia. Lampia's mother was I forget what they're called again. Empauza, I think it was an Empauza. And the dad killed her mother when she was around 3. You know, she got caught. So now Irene is under like a type of the desire, and so the dad's gonna hurt Irene if Lampia doesn't do what she says, but and Lampia has to take some type of flower or something and go to hell, Hades, and come back. But she has to go follow the path of the ram, but she can't look at the path or like within the trees. So I guess I'm really tired, so I'm explaining this very poorly. To save Irene and stop her dad from making more of these desire potions. And my cat is being really cute, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Yeah, so that's it. I'm sorry again that this is so muddled because I'm very sleepy. I have about 60 pages left, so I don't know. I might try to finish reading this real quick and I'll give you guys my review of this in the morning maybe. I might like watch like Dolphin Tale or something in the background and finish this, but we'll see. You guys will find out what I do in a few seconds. Hi, it's been a bit. I was just gonna wrap up this video for you guys. So I did not end up reading 2 of the books because that week I was filming was the last week and where I used to live, and I moved. So I had to get rid of those books and return them to the library before I moved. So I did finish My Killer Vacation and The Gentlest of Things. I think that's what it was called. So first, My Killer Vacation. That was it was a really fun, a really cute and short read. I gave that one 3 stars. It was really good and really nice, as I already said. It's a quick, easy read, and it's like cute as well. And it was cool because they're trying to solve, you know, the murder, and there's also romance involved and like a good amount of brooding from like the main character. And it was good, and it's actually like a good amount of character development with how short the book was. Yeah, like it wasn't like the best book ever existed, and it wasn't the best book ever in existence. It wasn't the best book ever in existence that I've read, but it was really good and I had a fun time reading it. Moving on to The Gentlest of Wild Things. I gave that one 2 stars, I think. I feel like if I read that book in like 6th grade or whatever, the era I read first with the Percy Jackson series in, I would have ate the book up. I would have loved it so much. It was a bit too, I know, okay, so that book was YA, but it was like a bit too YA for me, so I didn't really enjoy it as much. The story was cool. I liked like the thought of it and like the plot of how, you know, it's set in like Greek and Roman mythology times, and I don't know, it was really interesting. Like there was like this big secret with like a beast of some sort, we'll say, and like there was a bit of romance, but the romance wasn't that good because I feel like the female main character, you know, just met that girl and like 20 pages later they were like, why'd you do that since like you care about me so much or whatever. Like there wasn't really a build up to the romance, but they were like, I love you and stuff, but like I was like, where are we getting this from? We've known each other for 3 days. but not to harp anything about the author or anything. It was just, I feel like not the vibe, not the right book for me. I read it like too late. Like if I read it again, if I read it in like 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade, I feel like I would have ate it up. I would have loved it so much. But I feel like I read it, it was a bit too, I don't want to say immature because it's not like an immature book. It's good. It's a good plot, good writing. I loved, they're really good at writing dialogue, and I loved the descriptions in it. I love the descriptions of things in it. Like that was really good. But it wasn't like for me, my book. Anyways, I did start the poetry book. I did not get very far, and I did start the other book. I forget what it's called at this point, but I also think I even made it through the first chapter of that one. But again, I had to return them, so we'll see if I get to go back to them soon or not. We'll see. Yeah, so that was my fun little video of reading books from the library. And now that I'm in a new area, I get to get another library card, so that'll be so fun. So now you guys go ahead on out there and you go to your library and pick some things up to support them. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.